Hello, everyone. The Champai Soren government in Jharkhand, which was formed last week, has won the floor test convincingly. But what played out on the floor of the House was rather interesting. Remember, Jharkhand, which was carved out only in 2000, along with two other states of Uttarakhand and Chhattisgarh, has been the most politically unstable. One reason that is often discussed is it because of complete dominance of regional players in the context of Jharkhand, while others two states, be it Chhattisgarh or in the state of Uttarakhand, it has been largely a fight between two national parties, that is the BJP and the Congress. The political instability or political crisis of Jharkhand has meant that in terms of infrastructure push or overall development of the state, that has suffered a lot. Just like the neighboring state of Bihar, although Bihar has had stable governments to such an extent that be it Lalu Yadav or Nitish Kumar have governed the state for over 15 years, but here the focus certainly has been that the heads of various political parties have faced corruption charges. In fact, corruption has been the reason why several chief ministers in the past have been removed as well. So Hemant Soren was had to resign only last week because of corruption charges, and of course in the investigation which is going under by the in the multiple illegal mining cases. The enforcement agency arrested Hemant Soren last week, and then there was instability or crisis in the state of Jharkhand for almost 48 hours. And then Champai Soren, who is seen as a loyal JMM worker, but also not really a green shoot, someone who has seen the politics of the state for very, very long, was catapulted to the level of being the chief minister. So when Champai Soren started speaking, he did talk about the good work that was done by Hemant Soren government during particularly the COVID, when they caught the national imagination as well, when Hemant Soren ensured that several workers who were working with the border road organization in back of beyond of India, in the border districts of India, involved in the construction of roads and highways, they who belonged to the state of Jharkhand during the COVID months, they were brought back and they were flown by the state government. So that was an effort which was certainly seen as great effort on the part of Hemant Soren government. Um, when Champai Soren finished his speech, Hemant Soren, the former chief minister, who had only 2 years ago faced a trust vote on the floor of the House, which he had won again very, very convincingly. There was this entire argument that he could be moved out because of corruption allegations against him. He had, sought a floor test, and he had won. Hemant Soren delivered a speech. What were the big takeaways of Hemant Soren's speech becomes important, because Hemant Soren, taking a dig at one of the news anchors who had recently said that Hemant Soren almost like 40-50 years ago he was living in jungles, and then there is this transformation where he has started having a very, very fancy lifestyle, linking him and his aspirations, and talking about it in an exaggerated way, which was certainly problematic. Hemant Soren did take a dig at this. He also went on to say that his arrest has been a dark chapter in India's history, and that he was arrested by deceit. He said that we seem untouchable to some, basically referring to the larger tribal population and the larger tribal connotation, not only of the state of Jharkhand, but also of the country, that are the tribals still untouchable, the manner in which the tribal chief minister of Jharkhand has been treated. He also said that the Adivasis will never bow down, but he also challenged the enforcement directorate and said that if they have proof, they should present before him, because he will quit politics if the corruption allegations against him are proven right. Of course, after the speech, what played out was his party, the JMM, Congress, and RJD, the coalition government, actually going out and crossing the majority mark in the assembly of 81, although one MLA seat is vacant. So, in a 80-member assembly, that is the strength at present. 41 is the halfway mark. They managed to cross that. But Champai Soren also accused the BJP of trying to destabilize a democratically elected government. Similar allegations which have come against the center and also the BJP by other opposition ruled states as well. He also said that the Raj Bhavan, which is the governor's house, was part of the conspiracy which led to the arrest of Hemant Soren. The JMM, remember, has 29 seats. Its allies, the Congress, the RJD, and the CPI have the RJD and the CPI have won. The Congress has 17, which adds up to certainly 48. The BJP, on the other hand, has 26, and with its alliance partner, which is Jharkhand Students Union, all Jharkhand Students Union, ATSU, has 3. So he sailed through this. But what had happened a few weeks back becomes interesting, because one of the JMM MLAs, Sarfaraz Ahmed, had earlier resigned, which had led to the speculation that perhaps Hemant Soren will field his wife, Kalpana Soren, and when this inevitable happens, when he will be arrested and he would be looking for someone to replace him. At that time, also, what played out was that was that more of a contingency plan. That is the sense that we get. What sources in the party have been telling us is that there were 2 letters that Hemant Soren had ready. One with the name of a legislature party picking his wife Kalpana Soren, and she was present during the MLA's meet. The other was of the name of Champai Soren, the state's transport minister for very long. Now the chief minister, and also someone who has been in an MLA for 7 terms, almost seen as a strong mass leader in his belt. At that time, what really happened was that most MLAs, particularly the Congress ones, were of the opinion that there should be somebody from outside the family. It should not be seen almost like a repeat of what had played out in Bihar when Lalu Yadav in 1997 had actually gone to jail, and he actually catapulted his wife, Rabdi Devi, to the position of the chief minister. So, for the moment, what appears is that this story, the Jharkhand story, is over. There would be the BJP also realizing that they cannot really be seen completely on the wrong side, so there would be no Operation Lotus. But with the exit of Hemant Soren, what does it mean for his party? Uh, JMM has been a party of father and son. Father, the patron of the party, which is Shibu Soren, and son, Hemant Soren. They had iron grip control over the party, just like any other regional party in most of the states. But with a new face now in Champai Soren taking charge of the government at the moment, he is not really the head of the JMM. So, what does it mean for the party? That remains to be seen. But is there a possibility that there could be joint election? I mean, combined election of assembly and the Lok Sabha this year itself, perhaps in the next 2 months? Or will the BJP wait and see how this narrative of arrest of a chief minister, a tribal chief minister, actually plays out? So, as I said, he did deliver a powerful speech. Hemant Soren went on to say that his arrest was a conspiracy. Many are also seeing this as a united India taking on the BJP, and there were no really surprises much on the floor test. But overall, all eyes will now be on what happens now onwards. It's a stable government. It has the numbers. So next floor test can happen only after 6 months. By then, the Lok Sabha elections will be over, and the state would be preparing for the assembly elections. Thanks for watching.